Counting money day by day. Every zone like I go crazy. Yo, Sophie, what up? Can y'all hear me? Yo, so I was just live and oh wow, yeah, okay. That's a okay, cool. All right, so we gotta finish the collective reading and then we gonna be good, okay? So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, spam the green hearts in the chat so we can get back in the algorithm. I got plant dirt all over here. I'm trying a new angle real quick. I think this angle would be better because guess what? More surface area. Alright. So let's see what cards was which. This was last. Hi. Hello. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in, everybody. So the green hearts is how we welcome people here. So this is how we greet people, and when we get bored, this is what we do. We spam the green hearts in the chat. All right, welcome in everybody. So I was just live, and I was doing a collective reading, and so I think the audio went out or something. I don't know what happened. So we're gonna do a once over on a collective reading, and then I'm going to get into free and donation based individual readings. Okay. Whether you want a free or donation based reading, whenever you come in, just get on the list and then say your greetings or whatever. Because sometimes the list can get kind of full. So make sure y'all, stay on top of that, all right? Uh, so even if I'm reading or whatever, if I see you type Pluto in the chat or something like that, either I know you're trying to get my attention or you're trying to get on the list, okay? So make sure y'all definitely tap in. Okay, before when you first come in, do not post your question. Wait till your name is called on the list first. Okay, please. Um, check the description box for all channel information except for the donation information. I did not put that in the description, and I forgot to add it later. So if y'all wanted Cash App, PayPal, Apple Pay, whatever, please let me know. Okay. So, so the first card that we had was the 10. Then we had no the king, and then there was an ace, and then there was 7. The queen was last. I do know that. Was it 4-2 or 2-4? I think it was 2-4. Making a decision. Okay, so let me frame these because, like I said, this is a new angle for me. So let me frame these cards really quick. So this is about to cut off. Okay, so boom, boom. I'm sorry if this don't look too good, but this is my first time doing it sideways. I just figured I'd do it because it'd be more space. All right, that should look a little bit better. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit. I don't know. Let's see. All right, not terrible. I can zoom in a little bit more. All right. Maybe I zoomed in too much. All right, so here's our collective reading, okay, for Friday, August 6th, right? We made it to another one. Okay, I don't like this angle actually. Let me see if something I can do about this. I like this angle better. All right, bear with me, y'all. Like I said, that's a new angle. It's leaning to the side a little bit, but it's okay. All right, whoa. Whoa. Okay, so starting off here with the tens. Okay, so remember, every time you see tens in tarot, that means that a cycle is nearing completion, is over with. Okay, so the Ten of Wands is saying that there is a goal, a dream, a desire. Maybe we've been saving up money for, or maybe we've been waiting on a particular appointment, something. But there is a date or there is an end goal near, right? As you can see, a person is carrying their wands to the gate of their home, right? What do that mean? Okay, that means that this person is carrying groceries. Maybe he paid a couple bills on payday. Whatever. Maybe his Amazon package came. Maybe he had a vet bill that he had to pay, right? And so the rest of the reading will tell you how this energy is going to close and where it's going to go. Also, when you're looking at the tens, when you want to know how a situation or circumstance is going to end, you look and see if it's reversed or not. Now, I don't purposefully do reverse cards, so even if a card come out reversed, I just look at it as unclosed energy from a previous reading, because there's a specific ritual that I do with reverse cards. And I rarely do that with general readings because the readings is going so fast. But so we have three fire cards, three wands cards, but one wand card is air, meaning king represents the air, and fire, which represent about a wand or the rod in this case. So this king is the king of fire. Okay, so that means he's the master of his desires. Okay, this is one of the best manifestors in the deck. Okay, he has a particular way of doing things and it work. Okay, I don't like that the cards is leaning up, my phone leaning. Let me see. Let me see. Boom. I don't know if that's gonna fix it, but I just need to get this reading over with. I apologize, y'all. Okay, so the King of Wands again is the master of desires. Okay, this is a person who's like a good. Welcome in, everybody. We just getting started. Welcome in. This is a person who is a manifester, right? They can be bosses, coaches, motivational speakers. But this is a person who's a self-starter, right? They don't take long to get started, and once they do, you can't stop them. Aura of greatness. I love that name, Aura of greatness, right? So there's a cycle closing, right? Remember, tens is the close of the cycle before we graduate. So we are going to enter a space. Maybe we've been doing shadow work. Maybe we've been saving up for a trip or paying bills off, whatever we've been doing. But we're going to quantum leap from the Ten of Wands to the King of Wands, right? And this is saying that with our wand, right? What is wands used for? To direct energy. So with our wands, now it's time to focus in on the things that's going to mean the most. And these things are the long lasting futuristic things, versions of ourselves, the happy version of ourselves that's healthy, that's healed, that's ready to be married, that's ready to have a baby, or ready to atone for sins, whatever the case is. Remember, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace represents like a seed, right? Or it represents potential. And the Pentacle itself represents the earth element that deals with like your safety, you feeling like you belong on earth, you feeling like you're a part of the community. It deals with survival, procreation, all of that stuff. Aces could mean new relationships, new sources of income. It could mean ideas, a gateway for those things. Okay. So the King of Wands, right, or Queen, if you know whatever your gender is, right. But the King just represents mental energy, and the Queen represents emotional or heart energy, right. So logic or emotion, that's what they represent. Okay, so if you remove the gender, the King represents logic, the Queen represents emotion. Okay. And if y'all want to take my tarot school, it's $22 right now. You can't beat it. 101s. And if you get a come with a group, three or more, we throw you a discount, all right? So as we move from the Ace of Pentacles, meaning that we are going to clear some space here with the 10 to be able to focus on money, right? Resources, whatever, or whatever valuable things that you want, right? Could be a relationship, it could be a car. Maybe you want to save money, right? Maybe you want to buy a new house, whatever it is. The space is being cleared for you to bring that thing into fruition. Maybe you had to put this thing on hold for a year or two or whatever. Now the time is near. All right. So under the moonlight, all right, when the moon is this way, I think that this is a new moon. I believe it's becoming a new moon, I believe. All right. But the Two of Wands, okay, this Two of Wands is saying that we are going to have to buckle down and make decisions about whatever this thing that we are starting, because either we starting off from scratch or we just starting off, or like I said, this is something that's going to bring us long-term happiness and success, but it's going to be something that's going to be either we start from scratch or it's just going to be something that's going to require a lot of attention and energy. Okay. And so what this is going to bring is stability, happiness. For some of us, this is going to be marriage, graduation. Moon, how you doing? This is going to bring happiness. This is going to bring success, right? Being able to close off the emotions, right? This is what I forgot about this card. Blessings to you, Moon. Um, when we're talking about this card right here, one thing that's very key and important is the water. Most of the time, 99, almost every single time. I can't think of a time I've seen the Two of Swords that didn't have the water behind it. And the reason why it is, to really understand this card, you got to understand symbolism, right? And to really understand symbolism, or to understand the symbolism in this card, is that there's kind of wavy water, right? So that means that there's emotions, right? They're not particularly like crashing, but they are pretty wavy, right? Meaning that there is something going on. Maybe it's not super fresh, or maybe it's not really taxing, but there is something going on. Maybe you just got a good handle on it. That's what I'm feeling, right? And being able to put these emotions behind us and make a clear decision, right? This is why the swords is here. Left path, right path, any path. What's up, country? How you doing? Welcome in, everybody. Double tap that screen, pretty please. Drop some hearts in the chat so we get back in the algorithm. All right, Tank Top Pluto. Tank Top Pluto. All right, so oh, we was here. This too. Um, whatever space that we're clearing up, right? For some of us, again, it could be relationships, a new job, going into business for yourself, posting content, whatever this Ace of Pentacles represent for you in your life. We are going to have to deep breathe, put the emotions to the side just a little bit, right? And focus on the stability that we building for the long term. Right. One thing that I always love about the Queen of Swords, and this is where the audio went out on the last live, is this third eye energy that's here. Right. And if you really read the symbolism of this card, it really reminds you, if anybody know about Jesus, right? When you look at a picture of Jesus, you have the his crown illuminated and his heart illuminated. Right? Don't that sound just like the Queen of Swords, where the Queen of Swords is heart, um, is water and air, heart and crown, right? The queen is the heart, the sword represents the crown, right? And when you have that brain heart coherence, right? Remember that episode that I did of what is it called again? Removing manifestation blockages, where we looked at brain heart coherence, and we talked about how what you think and how you feel has to be you have to be coherent in that, right? Um, and it's an active process. I know it's not easy, right? It's hard to visualize yourself being one way, and then when you open your eyes, you got every odd against you. I understand what it's like, but that's where perseverance come into play. That's where education come into play. That's where compassion comes into play. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? Am I talking to myself, or are y'all taking notes? If y'all taking notes, cool, right? But but yeah. So um I wanted to get an in-depth reading because I haven't done a collective reading in a while. And it looks like the collective overall, we are making progress. It looks like we're doing what we need to do, have to do, want to do, right? Of course, there's going to be ups and downs, right? Of course, there's going to be waves in the ocean, right? But again, perseverance, right? And so I can't wait to get to these individual readings. I'm looking for my other deck. I don't know why my decks is so scattered to give best course of action. But I don't think we need to. I would just say meditate. Just meditate and focus. Because the work, and I was just telling somebody this in the session last night. So even when I don't go live, y'all, I'm still working with clients. I'm still doing readings. So hit me up, y'all, if y'all want these readings. But I was just telling a client yesterday, last night, something that when you doing this work today, praying, manifesting, healing, right, reading books, audio books, working out, uh, you're not going to see those results today. Not always, depending on what you're doing. You might even get lucky, right? But this is where perseverance comes into play, because just like when you're waiting on a letter in the mail, the work we doing is going to deliver something to our reality that we necessarily can't touch, taste, smell, prove, hear, see right here and now. Right? Maybe you are the only person that see this vision. Or maybe you the only person that hear that tune in your head. Right? But that don't means that you can't bring it to fruition, okay? So I see we had a couple people type Pluto in the chat. If anybody wanted to get a reading, please let me know. Let's see. They probably said we got one person here. All right, so we said we got 4 people here. What's up, y'all? Interact with me. Talk to me. I'll talk back. Is this new construction job I came across legit? Just wondering if it's fine to go forward with it. Just overthinking for no reason. Okay, so let's. Okay, so welcome to the channel. I love the name. If you know you're an overthinker, then let's just address that. Then we can come back to the job thing later, but let's address the overthinking because I'm not like a type of reader. Of course, we're gonna hear about you know whatever, right? Cheating, whatever, right? Because the cards have everything in it, right? The cards have situations and circumstances that across the board. But what's key is that if you are self-aware of a quote unquote skill that's holding you back, use the skill to propel you forward. Right? So what I would say is that there's nothing wrong with overthinking until it becomes a problem, right? Because a lot of people miss out on a lot of fine details. But it's no such thing as unnecessary things because if it was unnecessary, then you wouldn't be able to Google it, right? I believe everything has purpose, right? It wouldn't exist if it didn't have purpose. So again, it just depends. Like whatever this thing is, whether it's Googling things, whether it's smoking weed, whatever it is that you do, you need to make sure it's not causing you harm, like making you late to work. What's up? What's up, princess? I got you on the list. It was a couple of people who was ahead of you, like 2 people. So I'm working with one person now. So if you give me a couple minutes, I got you. I'll give you the best free reading you ever had in your life. Off the books jobs. The worst thing came up. I don't know if it's off the books. They told me to come in tomorrow if I'm interested. Well, I don't know. Did they give you an address? I don't think we need tarot cards for this. That's why I want to talk about the real problem. Because if you get bored, Princess, you could just drop green hearts in the chat, y'all. Can y'all drop some green hearts for Princess? So I mean, Google it. But the first thing first, do you really want an off the book job? I mean, maybe if you get child support or something cool. So why you asking me is it legit then? If you went to the place and it's real, I'm confused now. Now you need to donate. Now you need to donate. Now I'm confused. You don't confuse me. You don't come around here confusing me. You went to the place and got an interview and still ask me, is it real? Oh yeah. If that's a scam, they going. They got this. If that's a scam, then they is. Should you go for it? You said no. You said I just wonder if. No, you said you wonder if the job is legit. When you said I wonder if the job is legit, you know what I hear is the job real. Like is they gonna pay money or is they just gonna steal my social? If they interviewing you and everything, it better be real. All right, so you really don't want to know is it real. You already know if it's real. Okay, so we need to, when we asking tarot questions, we need to buckle down and make sure we asking exactly what we want. I don't want you to feel pressured to ask something and then you ask what you don't intend. This is why I have sample questions in the description. Just so we can get straight to the nitty gritty. All right. So you want to know if it's going to have a good outcome if you accept it. Okay. So as a life coach, I'm going to pull some cards, but as a life coach, I'm going to tell you that you have to be intentional with everything you do, right? So for me, for example, if I was you, if I was to apply for a job, before I even apply for a job, I'm going to sit in prayer or meditation. And I'm going to set the intention that the jobs that I apply for are going to be the jobs that's aligned for me and I'm going to have multiple offers, and I'm going to pick the best one for me. All right. Now, unfortunately, I can't promise you that ain't nothing ever gonna go wrong in your life, but I can tell you that I can help lessen the chances. Right. So if you're talking about having a good outcome at the job, if I pull some cards right now and answer that question, it's going to give you one snapshot of it's look at it like taking a screenshot of a movie that hasn't had the final product yet. Do that make sense? That hasn't had the final edit. So even if that screenshot is legit, you don't even know if that particular part of the movie is even going to make it to the final cut. You know what I'm saying? So what I would advise you to do just in general is to be very intentional about everything you do and say that I'm going to be successful. Right? There ain't no doubt in my mind. Right? And when you do that, you lessen the chances. You just got to be cognizant and aware after that, and be disciplined with your new thinking. Right? Of course, something could go wrong. Right? And like you asked a very broad question. Like your first day, you can get a flat tire or something. Right? But like for some people, a flat tire is like whatever, and for others, a flat tire could mean no dinner for 3 days. So, you ask a very good question, but it's also a very broad question. So, I'm going to pull a couple cards about you and this job, but again, optimism is key. You got to optimize your thinking by using optimism, right? I love that word, right? Optimize your thinking with optimism. Alright, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, y'all. Princess, you still here? Alright, so sometimes when we ask the card something else comes out. I just want you to be open to any messages that comes from the card. And please respect uh, the interpreter of the message, but also respect your own intuition as well, because what you think and see and perceive from the cards matters too. And if you get something from the cards, ask that question or share that insight. All right, because we work together to get you the clearest picture. All right, so while I'm shuffling these cards, I want you to start thinking about your intention with this job. Is this job just something you want to do for 30 days, collect a quick check, get a job, and get a car and get a different job? Is this something that you see yourself doing maybe for a year or two, right? You said it's construction, I believe, so that means that depending on where you at in the world, that job could be limited, right? It could be seasonal, right? So I want you to understand who, what, when, where, why, and how. And understand that if it is something temporary, like you just said, is this something that's in alignment with my bigger picture, right? Like for example, right? I could crave some sweets and eat some chocolate, or right, and that'll give me satisfaction right now, or I can eat an apple, right, and have benefits from that for years to come. You understand what I'm saying? All right, so the Nine of Swords is the first card, and it actually came out reverse. Oh no, it's not. The deck upside down. All right, so we got the Nine of Swords, and we got the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so since this is a free reading, I'm gonna do 2 cards to answer the question, and I'm gonna do 1 card for best course of action. Okay. Okay. So the Nine of Swords is saying that there is going to be some energy that you're going to have to deal with. But I don't think it's going to come from the job. I think it's going to be internal. Okay, and the reason why I'm saying that is because the Nine of Swords is not a person who's going through turmoil in the bathroom of their new job. No, this is a person who's up late at night worrying, overthinking, procrastinating because, well, they ain't not they I won't say procrastinating, but they are off schedule because they can't focus, right? I think that sounds better. So so I think that there's going to be some internal stuff that this job isn't just going to solve just with money or whatever. You're still going to have to look at you and get rid of whatever it is that's influencing you to think the way you do, okay? And while you're doing that inner vision stuff, this Three of Pentacles is telling me that there is going to be some growth in this situation for you. Maybe you're going to have a problem with the schedule. Maybe you're going to have a problem with the initial position that they put you in. But somehow, some way, you're going to prove not only to yourself and to the team that you are a valuable member. Okay? If you are feeling any emotional distress right now in your life, understand that it's coming from the mental side of things, and you need to let it go in order to really grow. And the reason why I'm focusing in on growing is because the three here, right? When you're looking at the three is about growth and expansion. All right, and then the Pentacles is about the earth element. Okay, so in this case the earth element is going to be expressed as money, right? An energetic exchange. So growth through an energetic exchange is going to allow you to sharpen your skills. And even though this person is isolated and focused on the job at hand, they're a part of a team, they're a part of a network, they're a part of, why you delete your messages? They're a part of a team, a network. They're a part of a group that's coming to bring something to reality. Okay, so I think it's like answering two questions with one. This is answering the overthinking thing, and this is answering the job thing. All right, so again, a quick once over. Nine of Swords is saying that the things that you feel emotionally is coming from the mental. Okay, remember the Three of Swords. The problem is not the heart being stabbed, right? The heart wouldn't be stabbed if we wouldn't think about the things that we think about, if that makes sense. So you change the thinking, then you start the healing. All right. So the best course of action, Five of Wands is here. Okay, so the five means that again there's some sort of conflict. And I really believe that this conflict is internal. No, I'm good, bro. You ain't gotta worry about that. I really feel like this conflict is going to be internal, and I feel like it's going to be really about what do you want long term. Okay, so the best course of action is going to be for you to put out the fire of what you want long term. Maybe it's where you want to live. Maybe you don't want your wife. I don't know what it is, right? But there is something about your future, right? There's things that you want and it's conflicting with like responsibilities, or maybe one thing you want is conflicting with another one. Like maybe you want a Tahoe, but you also want a motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? For example. So what you need to do is put this fire out. Okay? You need to be disciplined. Set your goal, set your mind to one goal for right now is the download that I'm getting for you. Set your mind to one goal and stick with it and see it through. Okay? Whatever that means to you, do it. Okay? All right. So if you got any questions, comments, concerns about your reading, let me know. If not, then I'm going to move on to the next person. Princess, if you still present, I think you should be next. I know there were some people who came and left. If you did come in and then leave and you come back, you will just be added to the list. Basically, stop overthinking. Yeah, man, definitely a bad habit. I fall into sometimes. I'm gonna work on it to eliminate the bad habit. I gotta think long term. I gotta think long struggle job search did a number. I think, okay, I understand what you're saying now. So my thing is that you gotta live in the future, right? So you gotta, even if you don't have a job, you gotta act like you got a job. Set your alarm every morning, right? Do something. But bring that reality into existence, and the more things that you do, the more habits that you build for the future you, makes it easier for you to transition and like what they call timeline shift and all of that stuff. The more you put yourself in a mindset that you are that new person, then you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, shift realities just like that. Okay, so hello princess, how you doing? What are A's current thoughts, feelings, or next actions towards me? Okay, princess, I can ask that question, but the answer that you want isn't going to come out. Okay, so I got to tell you something really quick before we move forward. And this just a general disclaimer. Just as a general disclaimer, the question of what is a person current feelings towards you is not something that I will ever do with tarot. I do have a love oracle deck, but I really feel like that question kind of pries into somebody's privacy, because either you think they lying to you or they haven't told you how they feel yet. And so as a life coach, the best thing to do is for you to have a conversation with a person and then come back and tell me what they said, and then we can use our discernment together to say, okay, did your intuition tell you the person was, did the person tell you if if did your intuition tell you if the person was telling the story or not, was they lying, etc. Okay, so as far as his next actions, I won't be able to answer that, because I would rather ask you a question. What do you want to happen from this situation? Right? That's what I would ask you, right? What do you want from him? Do you want long-term relationship? Do you just want to give him a test drive for a night? Do you think that he'd be a good food buddy? Like, the way I read tarot is I don't if a person not here, I can't tell you nothing about them unless it comes out in the cards. If it don't come out in the cards, then I can't ask, right? So you could tell me like, I don't know. I'll say this. Check the description box for sample questions, because I got sample questions. I can give you best course of action. I can tell you what do the cards want you to do next. Uh, I can ask these cards what's the general sentiment of the relationship. But even if that, then even if I do that, I had to ask you like, how long have y'all been talking? What do he say he want from a relationship? What do you say you want from a relationship? Is it understood what each other want? It's a bunch of things, because it, the cards can take many twists and turns, man. And I just want to be able to deliver the best reading possible, you know. So, like I was saying, you can check the description box, or you could just ask for a general love reading. Uh, yeah. But like I said, my computer froze. I can't even see the chat. My computer need to update. Give me 1 second, y'all. I can't even see if y'all typing anything or not. My computer froze. What's up, y'all? Anakeet, what up? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, it's not froze no more. A general on the connection. Okay, I could do a general on the connection. How long have I just want to know a couple things. How long have y'all been talking? You know what I'm saying? What's y'all true intentions? Sacred Self Healing Center. Yeah, so I've had a couple different names, but I think this might be the one, man. Sacred Self Healing Center was probably, I don't know. That was a big, so I started off the channel with Tarot is Mines. That was the very first name. Tarot is Mines. And then I had a couple names. Our love connection. We've been dating almost a year. Okay, so are y'all in a committed relationship? Do you want a committed relationship? And Keita? Yeah. Anakeet? What's your name again, Anakeet? I know you told me your name. Okay. So if y'all been dating for a year, what's the hold up on the relationship? Are you American? Akita. Yeah, okay, Akita. Okay, Akita. Yeah, okay. I knew it was something like that, but I never call you your name, though. I always call you Anakeet. Namaskaram. Namaskaram. See, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it. And the reason, so intuitively, I don't like that. That made my stomach hurt a little bit reading that, because to me it validates these cards. Yeah, I got you next. So what I think is that I think it's time for you to move on. I'm gonna cut straight to the chase, right? I know I might have just dropped a hammer on you. Look at these cards. Look at this shit. You can't make this up. So what I think it's time to move on. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if y'all be, as a man, I'm a man, right? And whatever, right? But they say men mature slow, whatever. But as a man, I I don't know, but I'm also like a hopeless romantic too. Not everybody is the same, man or woman. But I know what I want in a relationship, right? And and I can't handle somebody who's emotionally closed off. Somebody who says they want the same things but they keep pushing it off. Me personally, it's just certain things I can't handle. Like if this is what if I tell you, like, okay, I want a committed relationship, I want a family, I want this and I want that, and you keep telling me, okay, one day just give me tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, I'm cool. I'm gone. And the reason why is because I waited 1 year by putting you first, and now it's been 1 year and you haven't put me first. So guess what? I'm about to put me first, because that's what I should have been doing in the first place. So looking at the cards, we got the rejection card. Somebody is feeling abandoned, dismissed, and this irrational fear doesn't mean you're crazy. This irrational fear means that you feel abandoned and dismissed, but you're also balancing out why you feel this way. Is it, do I feel this way because somebody's just busy and working a lot, or do I feel this way because it's really over and I'm not accepting the truth? That's when you get rejected, sometimes you fall in that balance. You understand what I'm saying? So the second card is releasing, letting go, moving on, walking away. Okay. This is not a healthy situation for you. If you are the type of person that likes commitment, that wants somebody to come home every night, who have dinner together, that's what you deserve. You shouldn't be. See, and that's the thing. See, you see how you see that right there. You telling on yourself, right? Look at spirit. Always got a way of telling on themselves, and it's not a bad thing because I get a chance to teach you something. So maybe he like you and love you, and don't know how to tell you no, and maybe he's trying to force himself on to being the person you need. But sometimes you got to recognize the signs that maybe y'all are not compatible. Maybe he's sexy, maybe he got a lot of money, but that doesn't mean that you guys are compatible. So if you realize that you never told me that y'all broke up, you just told me that y'all was dating for a year, but y'all wasn't in a committed relationship, right? That's all you told me. You never told me that y'all went on a break. You see what I'm saying? So the reason why I'm making this point is because intuition is leading us where we need to be, right? If y'all had an unhealthy relationship, now y'all on a break, and then these cards is saying what they're saying. My question is, how many more signs do you need? Now that doesn't mean that on a different timeline y'all can't get counseling, that y'all can't, maybe deal with like a relationship coach, or that doesn't mean those things. But nothing's unhealthy. Yes, no, what I'm saying is that if you are the type of person who wants a committed relationship, hear me out. If you are the type of person who wants a committed relationship, but you've been dating for a year and you're wondering the next step, the next, what's going to happen next, that shows me that this relationship is not progressing in the way that you want it to go, right? So I'm not trying to attack you. I'm trying to help you and protect you. I'm trying to help you realize that win, lose, or draw, this relationship is not going the way that you want it to go, right? Now whether he's busy, now whether one or both of y'all is unhealthy and got things to work on, whatever, that don't matter. What matters is that it's not going in the way that it's supposed to go. So the question is that what do I have to do as an individual to better myself, no matter if it's a relationship or not, no matter what I'm doing. If I'm getting a job, if I'm going to do a triathlon, if I'm trying to learn tarot, whatever I'm doing, I gotta put me first. Do that, like, are you following me? So, so who idea was it for y'all to break? Because even if you don't feel rejected, if y'all are on the break, then there is a separation, right? And if somebody tells somebody that they want to separate, I'm sorry, but that's a rejection. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna tell you this, okay? Because I think I see where this is going. Okay, so I'm a life coach, okay? If you want my contact information, let me know and we can take this, because I don't think a reading is really what you want. I don't think a reading is really what you need. I really think that you need a coach, somebody to really work through some of the finer details of the situation with. And I would love to do so, but I can't do it on live because we have it's live. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying by you put you first. So again, so this rejection card could means that he got rejected. He could feel rejected. It doesn't matter, right? Like I said before, your intuition and your perspective matters in the reading. Okay, uh, but again, if you have to take time to put you first, that means that you shouldn't be here getting a reading on him, because the power is in your court. You broke up with him, so you got the power. You decide whether or not you go back or stay gone. So I wouldn't even be reading about him. I would be figuring out what do I got to do to make me a better person. Because again, there's a reason why y'all separated. There's a reason why you asking how do he feel about you. What's your best court? You know what I'm saying? It's reasons for these things. You broke up with him, but you asking me for a general reading on your connection. That's an inappropriate question because you hold the keys. The question is, do you want to be with him or not? Okay, if you want to be with him, wait, first of all, I think the question is he the one for you or not? And then the question is, do you want to be with him? Because first of all, whether you want to be with him or not, he has to be the one. If he's not the one, you wasting your time. If he's not the one, you are wasting your time. I'm going to say it one more time. If he's not the one, you are wasting your time, period, on him. So once you establish if he's the one, then you got to establish, okay, am I healthy right now for a relationship? Do I need to go to counseling? Right? Uh, whatever. Am I ready for a relationship? But no, that should be first. Am I ready for a relationship? What you want, girl? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? It's steps, it's levels to this thing. Like it ain't just as simple as okay, I want a relationship. He's cute, I'm cute, and everything gonna be fine. No, we got to put some work into this thing, and the work don't necessarily mean making a relationship work, because that means you forcing a relationship. But it's cool though. I understand. We got guards put up and whatnot. But I don't know if you want me to finish the read and let me know if this is like too much or if you're not resonating with the read and let me know. I can move on. But yeah though, like I said, I really we can finish this read, but I really want to work with you one on one in private. I really think that that's where you would benefit the most from my skill set. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So So let's start back over. Okay, so you broke up with him, right? So off the top, one of your questions is being answered, and one of the questions is how do he feel? So he feels rejected. So uh, there is a certain letting go that is taking place. Um, if you want him, then I would say go back to him with a list of demands. And the moment he don't do those list of commands, then you got to let it go. You got to let him go. Because again, I mean, I will tell him the same thing, right? First come, first serve. But I'm reading for you, so I'm going to tell you, we got to put you first. We got to put your happiness first. We got to put what you want and need first. If you broke up with him, that means that he wasn't providing you what you wanted or needed. Period. Now, now that you separated, you got to stay strong and stay gone. If he's not the one for you, or if he's not the one right now, stay strong and stay gone. Right? You know the details way more than I can. Right? I can sit here, meditate for a second, whatever, pull a bunch of cards, but there's going to be certain details I just won't know. Right? Um, Spying, social network, information waves. Somebody is thinking about somebody heavy. If y'all been in a long term relationship, I would consider a year a long term relationship. Then there is a strong connection. He might be thinking about you as much as you are thinking about him. So what do you do with that information? Make sure you are make sure you are healthy. Because no matter if you're going to be with him or be with somebody else, you're going to be in another relationship again. And the best thing for you to do is to be the healthiest version of yourself. Okay? So it's okay feeling wanted. It's okay with, there's nothing wrong with feeling wanted. It's okay with missing somebody. It's okay with all of that stuff. But who are you going to be coming out of this situation? Are you going to be the same? Are you going to be better? Or are you going to be worse? right? It don't matter who cheated. It don't matter who lied. Those are things that you can control. Okay. Emotional storm and sorrow, I feel like is definitely like two cards telling one piece of the story. So what I like to do with these cards is I like to mix and match the different words and phrases to try to put together sentences or phrases to help me understand what's going on in a person's life. Okay. Oh, I feel a real is one or I once so somebody's really emotionally closed off. Somebody is in denial. Maybe somebody was like punished a lot as a kid. I don't know. But somebody, maybe it was some sort of overparenting, right? But somebody is very fragile. Somebody is on a verge of either a major breakthrough or of a major breakdown. Somebody has been putting off healing and covering it up for so long that you can't hide it no more. One of both parties might be stuck in a childhood trauma, and one or both parties will definitely require counseling to have a healthy relationship. Now, one of both parties can have a successful relationship, but they're going to have to date their reciprocal. They're going to have to date the male or female version of themselves in order for them to truly be happy, because they'll be able to balance each other out. All right. One of both there. I feel like there was a lot of gaslighting and projecting in the relationship. I feel like there was little to no accountability on one of both parties. Even if a person did apologize, one of both parties, they didn't really mean it. They just did it to stop the other person from complaining. Um, I feel like one of both parties just really just need help. And it's non-biased. It's not a money grab. It's just what I'm getting. Because there's no way that these cars come out the way that they do. And then I look at the cars top and bottom. So like I said, when the cars come out, I look at the different phrases to see. So like emotional storm and grief. Emotional storm, depression. Emotional storm, loss, turmoil. Sorrow, emotional storm, loss, turmoil, affected, unstable, grief. You see what I'm saying? How those things kind of doom, 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 doom. And then one day. So this one day card is telling me that there is potential for one or both parties to heal and come together again, but it's going to require professional help, a coach like me, a therapist. It's going to require help. It's going to require dedication. We really didn't argue. He's very sweet and it's pretty healthy connection. It's just his communication. I got a question. Is he very passive? Is he a passive person? Are you a dominant personality? Is he passive and are you dominant? I need to know. Is it yes or no? I feel like a cat dog, but it's opposite. It's like the smaller person is the bigger person, and the bigger person is the smaller person in this relationship. I would be the one leading. He lacks good communication skills. So, can I give you an assessment, please? I mean, you said that you open to hearing anything I have to say. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, I feel a very light dark energy dynamic here, and I really feel like you guys are good. But I really feel like, especially you, I feel like you need to work with me because I feel like you have some things that you do in a relationship that you don't think or see it or even know that you do it, and I think it's holding you back as an individual. And I mean, I got people who's been here. You know what I'm saying? Like, Anikita is a person who's gotten greetings from my channel for at least what, a year and a half, 2 years. So I got people to vouch for me, man. Like, I got people to vouch for me. If you trust, if you just, even if you don't trust me, give me the benefit of the doubt that I never screwed you over before. But you being a natural born leader, I feel like I can help you. I could feel like that's why I asked about the dominant thing. You are a dominant personality, right? But somebody lied when they said leaders are born. That's a lie. Maybe fearless people are born. Maybe people who lack fear. Maybe people who love adrenaline rushes are born. But good leaders are cultivated. Good leaders develop skill sets and traits that allows them to be a good leader. You understand what I'm saying? And I see, and the way you talking and everything, you very analytical, you very smart, you very observant. I can tell, and you communicate very directly too. And I really love that because you say literally what you mean. So it's not hard to read you. So what I would just say is that you are, I don't know how old you are, what, 26? Oh, okay. That's funny because I got heavy Capricorn in my chart. I got 4 Capricorn, 4 Scorpio. So out of the 12 placements, I got 1/3 is Capricorn and 1/3 is Scorpio. So that's that Earth energy. Okay, I got you. So I know exactly. I know what I'm dealing with. Yeah, you a leader. You definitely a leader. I got you. I just feel like you a little fiery a little bit. That's all. And I got you. Just fuck with me. 424. What's my number? What's my number, y'all? 424. Shit. 424. I got you. And this, and like I said, everything that I'm saying, if people come to me with help for help, I take that. That's a huge responsibility, right? When people come to me for readings and stuff, that's a huge responsibility because I know in my own personal experience, I know people who take readings and they might break up with their boyfriend over a read. I've seen people. I sat in the chat and watched somebody get a reading and break up with their boyfriend because of the reading, not even knowing if the thing was old, if the thing was true, if the thing was something that was going to happen in the future. They took, you know what I'm saying? So I know it's a real responsibility. So I try to give as much as I can when I can because I never know when I'm gonna talk to somebody ever again. But like I said, you a leader. You very observant. You very smart. You know how to say what you need to say without being emotional. I just want to help fine tune it. It's like you a 2026 Mercedes, a 2025 Mercedes. It's like you a 2025 Mercedes that never had a tune up, that never had an oil change. Like you've been riding and you a champion, but soon as you just get a little tweaking, you gonna be on point. You know what I'm saying? You just need a little bit of tweaking and you gonna be on point. Shorty, I got you. For real. I gotta find my number. I'll go look at one of my old videos and get my number off of it. I got you. Hit me up, man. Uh Donate to the channel, y'all. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. No super chats though. Not for donation based readings. Coco, if you don't go sit down somewhere, girl, ain't nothing going on outside. You got a potty? Let me get my number from my old video real quick. I'll be right back. Well, I ain't leaving nowhere technically. What's wrong? You got a potty? Alright, if I open up this door, you go in the potty and you coming right back, alright? It's raining outside and stuff. You can't just be out there. Cash App, Forever Evo. Chime. I got Cash App, Chime, Apple Pay. 424-231-7097. This is my contact information right here, y'all. Coco, I'm about to block you up. You about to go to jail. You see me doing something. What is you whining for? Oh, I hear it. There's somebody outside with a big old mouth. Let me not say it like that, because I'm just joking. I ain't trying to be disrespectful. All right, how can I help you, Anarchy? Let me see what's going on outside. This dog tripping, man. Come on. You got potty? What you doing, mama? You got potty? Go pop pot. Go baby, pop pot. Yeah, go potty. Let's go. And then you're done. That's it? You did all that just for that. I want to ask about this huge crush, love, and whatnot I have on my friend R. I don't know what else you want to know. You like him. What else you want to know? You know everything you need to know. You like him. Whoop-de-doo. I'm tough like I don't, because them might bite. Tank top Pluto. Tank top Pluto. Ski. Tank top Pluto. Counting his money, serve all day. Avery's on like pop go crazy. I know one thing, right fucking now. Oh, okay. I'm about to say. Come on. So what do you want to know though? I mean, I'm being serious because I want you to ask a real question. You just said I want to know about this crush. Well, what do you want to know? You like him. First thing first. Well, well, you already know me. So the first thing first, you need to make sure you're ready. If you're not ready, then none of this don't mean nothing. Because you ain't gonna do nothing but have an unhealthy relationship. So first thing first, are you healthy and ready? Second thing is you need to figure out. Second thing is that you need to figure out. I'm gonna get to the cards in a second, okay? The second thing is that you need to figure. First thing is that are you healthy and ready? Second thing is that you need to figure out how to get as much information about this dude as possible without investing anything, money, vagina, whatever people invest, right? You need to know if he's the one before you say yes to a date, before you say yes to A relationship, you need to be able to ask the right questions, get the right answers. Yeah, but him being your friend is different from you getting to know him romantically. It's two different things, right? A lot of women on there, they think they know me because, and they do know me because the person you see here is the same person I am offline. But it's more to me offline than it is here because you only here to meet me as a coach, as a reader, as a guy, as a god, as a, you know what I'm saying? This is my role, but it's more to me than just this. And so again, my thing is compatibility, right? I need to know if we're compatible, right? So if I was to date a young lady, before I take you to McDonald's, before I go to Dollar Tree and buy you a gift, before I go to Walmart and put your ring on layaway, I need to know if you are the one. I'm not wasting my time if you're not the one. I don't want to talk on the phone. I don't want to take you on a date. I don't want to meet your parents. I don't want to marry you if you're not the one. If you're not, I don't even want to go out on a date if you're not the one. If I can't have some conversations with you and say, okay, this person is worth getting to know, then I can't do it. A lot of people, they date, they say, I'm cute, you cute. Or a lot of people date by proximity, date by availability, right? Like what you saying. I got a crush on my friend. A lot of people, they be single long enough, they start to fall in love with their friends. So we could get to the reading, but again, as a single, as an individual, there's a couple things that you got to do to make sure everything is okay. What is this? I don't know what the H this is or where it even came from. So first thing, make sure you're ready. Second thing, make sure he's the one. Before you have sex, before you go out on a date, before you take a drink, make sure he's the one. How do you do that, right? You supposed to say, dang, KP, that's really good advice. Now, how do you figure out if the person is the one? Well, I'll tell you how. You ask questions, right? Do you believe in spanking kids? Do you even want kids? What if he don't want kids? What if he want to travel? What if he don't want to settle down? What if he wants to live in a high-rise condo apartment downtown? And you want to live in the country on a farm, drinking goat milk, fresh goat milk and eggs every morning. Chicken, eggs, and goat milk, right? Like compatibility is so important. Friends, family. If you Indian, then you know where your family born. You know what I'm saying? Where was your family born? What kind of job do your family, is your dad a murderer? You know what I'm saying? Like, do he care? Right? Like for me, for example, I don't want to date nobody who got to get permission. I'm 35. Why do I got to get permission from your parents to date you? I'm cool, bro. I didn't grow up like that. How I grew up was that if I brought somebody home, this was somebody that I like. And my mom is not going to disrespect my love, and my love is not going to disrespect my mom. And whoever's wrong, I'm going to tell them they wrong. And we all going to be one big happy family because I love you and I love her. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's so many things. Like, for example, another thing. Watch this. What if both of y'all don't know how to cook? What if both of y'all hate cooking? But y'all don't talk about that. And then y'all get into a relationship, y'all move in, and y'all never really talked about who's gonna cook, who's gonna do the dishes. Is y'all gonna get a maid to do the dishes? Is y'all gonna order DoorDash every night? Y'all gonna buy a bunch of frozen pizza? Uh, like do you believe that men's supposed to take out the trash? What if he don't believe that men's supposed to take out the trash? That what if he's more? What if what if you're more like traditional gender roles and he's more gender fluid in a relationship, where people do things based off of strengths and not gender? You see what I'm saying? This is stuff that you got to know before you even go on the first date. Because if a woman don't tell me that she likes men to open the doors for her, she can't hold it against me. You want to know why? Because she never established it. What if I was never taught to open the door for a woman, but she's going to take away points from me on the date because I don't stand up to a standard that I don't even know is a standard. We should think of real life too. I'll do that before I decide to get on step ahead, getting closer, all that. Yes, I'll ask all the important questions and compatibility. Listen, I got it. Hit me up. I can send you it or email you something about compatibility. Okay. So let's check and see. Let's look at a potential timeline of this relationship. If everything do check out and we do take things to the next step, let's just look and see. But yeah, the best see a lot of relationships fail in the end because they fail in the beginning. Oh, I'm gonna start a book. Oh, I need to write a book. A lot of relationships fail in the end because they fail in the beginning, meaning that they don't get off to the right start. A lot of people, you know, what relationship they be. A lot of relationships. A lot of relationships be starting because it be two pretty decent, cool people who be lonely and they got wants and needs. And so those wants and needs grow, grow, grow. And so that's just like being hungry all day and you come home and you be like, dang, am I gonna cook a meatloaf or am I going to make a quick sandwich? Well, you can make the quick sandwich on your way to the meatloaf. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people they don't even make it to the meatloaf because they you know they get caught up on a quick little sandwich and that they get caught up and they get used to biting sandwiches that they never take the time to go back to the full course meal, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, that boy KP is deep, boy. Ooh, tarot Pluto. Hey, tarot Pluto. Tarot reader Pluto. Six rings on like pot go crazy. All right, we got distance, heart fog, soulmates. Okay. Bitterness, elusive. Okay, so we checking on a timeline. Okay. So there is a timeline. I don't know if this is the closest timeline, the furthest timeline. Since it's the first one to come up, I would assume it's the firstest timeline, the closest timeline, right? So we got distance, separation, space, blockage, heart fog, mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. Soulmates, deep love, unity, connection, bitterness, resentment, anger, hurtful words, elusive, dishonest, deception, and trickery, exhaustion, depletion, drained, long journey. Okay, so there is a timeline in which you guys do have a long term relationship in which there is some ups and downs, but also, but ends, what I would say together but separate, maybe with this bitterness, elusiveness, and exhaustion. A lot of times relationships end up in this phase too fast because they carry previous hurt into the future. And so what I would say is that one of both parties definitely need to be careful with carrying energy from the past to the future. Okay. So distance, heart fog, and soulmates. What I definitely feel is though, first of all, this might be distance might be attributed to business. Um, what I feel is though one of both parties might have some individual accolades or accomplishments that they might need to achieve. And so I don't know if this means relationship right now or relationship period, but a person could possibly be on the verge of an opportunity that they possibly didn't even see coming. And it could put them in a predicament to where they have to choose something or someone. And there might be a timeline in which they get the person, but they also get the job as well. Maybe one person can't move because of family, or maybe one person have to move because of family or something something. But I feel like it's going to be a balance between business and family, relationship slash family and business. There's going to be something there. All right. But yeah, like I said, this is just a snapshot of one. This is like taking a still picture of a movie that haven't even came out yet. Like, ain't no telling what the final cut is gonna look like. Okay. But like I said, no situation is without its ups and downs. It's just how well can you persevere. But I mean, again, the more work that you put into compatibility in the beginning, the less problems you should have, right? I think if people look for compatibility and not happiness, well, let me not say that. I think if people look for compatibility first instead of looking for the blissfulness of the relationship, then a cupcake honeymoon phase can be forever. But a lot of people have that honeymoon phase in the beginning and then it burn out because they don't take the time to get to know each other. So once they start to get to know each other, then they realize they don't like each other. But if you take the time in the beginning to get to know the person and decide whether you like them or not because of what they make you feel, because of what you think about them. See, I can fall in love with a stapler, right? Um, as long as I'm not repulsed by a person, right? You can pretty much fall in love with a person if you open to them, right? I mean, how many times do you hear a story about a person saying that they fell in love with somebody who they they didn't think that they'd never be together, or they was like polar opposites, or they was co-workers, but they really didn't, they're odd couples. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a lot of odd couples. And that's because we judging on the outside and not the inside. So I think that if you if your mm, is the connection worth it? A yes or no question. Um I think the best way I can answer that question is I just gave you the ability to discern whether a person is worth it or not. So you don't have to ever ask cards that question ever again. I just armed you with the ability to never ever have to ask the cards that question ever again. And the reason why I'm saying that is because compatibility. As long as you healthy and you coming into a relationship healthy, even if the relationship fails, because you came into the relationship healthy, you are able to walk away and say, I did everything I could do. I did everything I knew I should do. I even tried to go to counseling. I even asked for advice and it still didn't work. I tried, and it didn't work. So I'm going to walk away and I'm going to find somebody that's happy and healthy. Can you say what is Rot to Sami think of me? No, I cannot. I think you should ask them. Okay. So So my advice is hit me up right? But just in case if you don't never hit me up, I'll say this. So yeah, so like I said, how I see it is that in the beginning, right? There's going to be some things that's going to cause some separation, some whatever, right? Business, family, whatever. Maybe one person is business, the other person family. But there is going to be a connection of love there that can be a solid foundation. However, when you're talking about bitterness and resentment, elusiveness, dishonesty, and then exhaustion, this is saying that there could be a crash and burn, right? But this is just one snapshot of one timeline, right? Who's to say that you don't heal a little bit and then get this reading in a week and see what it say? Or you heal and then pursue a relationship with him 90 days from now instead of today. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's things you can do to alter your timeline. I'm not saying that these cards are set in stone, but what I'm saying is that bitterness, elusiveness, and then exhaustion. This sounds like this distance or whatever that's going to cause separation and mixed signals. Um, it's almost going to be like when you together, you cool, but when there is a distance, it's going to cause confusion. And eventually, this distance is going to add up. So my question is, if this is a possible timeline, the best thing to do about this possible timeline to prevent it from happening is making sure that you ask the right questions and you take your time. Because this could just be lingering energy from a past relationship on one or both parties, whatever. But these is not to be ignored. So what I would do is take what you know about this person and mix these words and phrases together, just like how I did with the last person. I want you to do the same thing for yourself and see what resonates. Because if this person is a friend, then you know something about them. Now, it's different from seeing a person at work or at school versus sleeping with them every day, right? Because then you get to find out what they do with their dirty socks when they take them off, stuff like that. Like if you just see a person at work or if you just see a person, around the neighborhood or whatever, you're not going to know the innards of that person. You're just going to know what you see. Hit you up, like just send an email. Yeah. So for a situation like you, if you was to subscribe to my love coaching, what I would start off with is the same questions that I asked you to answer yourself, but we gonna do it in a slightly different way. But it's the same thing. Am I healthy and ready for a relationship? What do I think a relationship? What is my definition of a relationship? What do I expect from a partner? Um, so if you can rewind, so you don't have to rewind. So what I was saying is that if we was to start a coaching session in private, it would be something similar on what I told you to do as an individual, but we would do it slightly different. But the basics of building a relationship is still going to be the same. Like, am I happy, healthy, and ready for a relationship? What is my definition of a relationship? What do I expect from a relationship? In no order, right? Um, uh, 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 even understanding the progression of a relationship, right? How fast should things move? What if I meet somebody who meets all my requirements except for he don't want kids and marriage, right? Like situational stuff. Like again, what if a person don't want to live where I want to live? If that is that something negotiable for me, right? Because in relationships, I got things called negotiables and non-negotiables. I got things called bearables and unbearables, right? A bearable is something that your partner do, but you don't particularly care for, but it's not necessarily a deal breaker, right? Or it's something that can be worked on over time, right? Or you got something called a unbearable, which is something that your partner does that you absolutely cannot deal with, that you cannot see an easy path or see yourself seeing this person through this problem, like drinking. What if a person is being abusive, for example, right? That's not something that everybody can just help a person with. Like, hey, bro, you're abusing me. Go get counseling, right? Those conversations don't always go well, right? So it's a lot of things. It's a lot of like I got like maybe I need to make a safety kit, like a relationship safety kit, checklist and safety kit. I never thought about that. Just like how when you go camping, you got like your 10 essentials, like camping essentials, or like if you're going on a trail, they tell you to pack a rope and tape and a flint and all that stuff. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna incorporate that into my coaching now. Thank you for that. Inspiration comes from everywhere. But yeah, like I said, a lot of relationships fail in the end because what's up, Anna Keat? That's funny. A lot of relationships fail in the end because they fail in the beginning. Eight rings on like pot, go crazy. Tank top Pluto. Ski. Tank top Pluto. Ski. Pastor Simple. I don't know what that mean. Was it WSG, my nigga? What is a nigga and what is a WSG, bro? Somebody help me out, please. The marathon continues. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, donate to reciprocate. Remember, everything that you donate goes directly to food, shelter, and water. All right, y'all. I think I'm about to be. think I might be hopping off of here soon. So, thank you for the jewels. All right. You're welcome. Brethren court, yo, you dig? It means what's good, my brethren. Court, yo, you dig. So you stole her name? When did they make this channel? So Anarchy. So all of a sudden the Anarchy pop up, huh? That's who? That's who? Let me see when they made this channel. 16 subscribers, one video. 2019. So Anarchy, you got two channels? Oh, so this a different person? I apologize. So who is who then? All right. So who is Pastor? That shit look bad. That shit look bad, bad. Oh, that shit look bad. The whole stop. Tank top Pluto, ski. Tank top Pluto. Tank top Pluto, ski. That's funny. So why you ain't never tell me that I was calling you the male version the whole time? Coco, go sit down. Bad girl. My Sanskrit on point. Hey, my last name is Gil. I think I was Punjabi in the past. I'm Nagasadu. You already know. I really think that my blood, I got strong Indian bloodline for real. Punjab. All right, and Nikki, what's up, champ? How can I help you? Pluto. One, two, Coco, stop, girl. You licking the floor for nothing. You is not hungry. You bored. One, two, three, coming for you. Three, four. Dirty one. All right, General Reed. We got two in the possible for you coming right up, champ. Where's my other deck of cards? Did I put it somewhere? I mean, of course it's somewhere. It can't be nowhere. Uh, where did I put it? Did I put it? I just seen it this morning when I was getting ready. I just seen it when I was getting ready to go live. Okay. No, but for real, my last name Deal. And hey, if you see me with a dang, what did my guru call them things? The white, he wear the white wraps on his head. Dang, what do he call it, man? Good girl. You've been a good girl. What do he call it? All right. So as you go to sleep tonight, I want you to envision yourself happy and healthy, right? I want you to picture yourself with peace, love, health, and wealth, whatever that looks like for you as an individual. Remember, success is the only word that's defined by the individual. All right, don't forget that. Coco, no EE. So I mean, you don't really have to say much. I mean, I already know. You just need to reach out. You just need to reach out. But just think about some of the things that I said. Um, and we can go from there. You can send it anytime. I won't respond until I get offline because I mostly do all my emails from my phone unless I absolutely got to do something on the computer. And the key, I'm gonna get you a general reading, and I'm talking to 7777 and Keita. As my guru say, namaskaram. All right, Aniki, the real Aniki. Okay, so you got twin swords for your general reading, which for some reason Unkita, Unkita, my bad, Unkita, Unkita. I don't like that, Unkita. My tongue don't roll like that all the time. Unkita. Can I give you a nickname? So Unkita and Unicat, Katie, Kate, Unikate. So it's Unikate. Wait, now y'all confusing me now. No. So it's Unkita, right? Unkita. Ankita or Unkita? Alright, so Anakit. Is it Anakit? Anakate? Who just said the cake thing? I'm cool, bruh. I'm gonna have to give both of y'all nicknames. I'm cool on that one. Unkita is the girl. Unkita and Anna. No, Unkata. No, Unkata and Anakit. Hmm. Okay. Like pet, only cat. Un, oh, Unkata. Unkata. Like peta. Unkata. Unicat. Uh, Uni. I'll call you Uni. Oh, okay. Let me finish the reading. Hmm. I ain't know you. Okay, so you messed. So I had one right, and then I messed it up. I'm not calling you Annie. I can't call you Annie. Can't do that. What's up, girlie? What you want? What's up, Coco? What you doing? You being a good girl? Yes. You want a treat? Hmm? You want a treat? You been a good girl? You want a treat? You gotta be a good girl. You been a good girl? Yes. I don't. Okay, I'll give you a treat later. Okay, you gotta chill right now. You bored? You wanna watch TV? You wanna cuddle? How about you come over here so we can cuddle? Come here. You wanna cuddle? You want some rubbins? Okay. So so either this is a relationship or hmm. Okay. So I think the key to understanding these cards is understanding the energy centers that's associated with the card. Or not even that. We don't even got to do all of that. We could just look at the elements that's hidden in a card. So the knight represents the fire element, right? And the queen represents water, and the sword represents air. So ultimately, this is two air cards, but it's expressed different ways. With fire one and water being the queen too. And so when you add fire one and water together, you get very hot, steamy um, energy. So in this particular case, this is more of a cerebral, intellectual stimulation. Uh, it's just two different aspects of perspective. On one end, you got a person who's driven by feelings, emotions, and then on the other end, you got a person who's driven by wants, which is the night. So this really could be the first thing that came to my head was a relationship, business, partnership, something. But also, I really believe that this could be an internal struggle between following your heart and pursuing what you want. And so I'm gonna look at this best course of action to see what we got. And there's a Queen of Wands here for best course of action. So if you look at, so do you feel like you at a crossroad, like with at anything major in your life, relationship, job? I'm looking for crossroads. It could be multiple. Um, Even if you just start thinking about pivoting something, where is the crossroad at in your life? Because there's a crossroad here. It's decision time for sure. But I feel like you made a decision to charge into something. I think that count. Not yet. You said not yet. I think that count. I think exams could count in the energy that I'm feeling right now. Especially when you're talking about the swords energy will make sense. So is something that you want conflicting with some is something that you have to do conflicting with something that you want? Like you want this career but you don't want your degree? Or like you want the chick but you don't want the attitude? So when you understand the story of tarot, the reason why I'm asking you these questions as you answer the question, when you understand the story of the tarot, after you get from the 10, you get the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is somebody who's stuck, like, like they smart enough to know this is not a battle that they can win, but they almost get suckered back into the battle. And so the Knight of Swords is when the person is actually going back into battle after the Page. So the Page is like, I'll be back for you. The Knight is, I'm on my way. The Queen is, okay, I'm the truth. Um, no, the Queen is my intuition is the truth. The King is, I know the truth, if that makes sense. Now, what's key here is that we go Queen Knight, which is regression, but then we go back Queen, which is progression, right? But then this Knight has the fire element, and then this Queen has fire and water. So this Queen is actually the culmination of these two cards. It's almost like a math problem where you add 1 + 1 = 2. Tarot is funny. I've never seen this before. Okay, so let's do this then. 1 + 1 = 2. So maybe the past you, your heart was too big, and maybe you was like in shock about like reality, the world, the truth, something. I don't know. Wake up call is what I'm feeling. So after the wake up call, you actually go back to a step that you missed, which is the night. So now in the future phase, now or maybe in the future, you're going to be feeling the want and the need to take on a battle, to handle challenges, maybe to go back and face the bully in a sense, right? Um, and so in that case, you need to check and see what's going on with your Mars right now. Where is your Mars, and where's any key dates associated with Mars or something like that? Because this fire energy is coming out strong. All right. So best course of action is going to be combine water and fire, and to let go of the logic. Okay, you know what you got to do. You know, hemisync is something. Do you work with hemisync? Have you ever done hemisync meditation? Anything where you intentionally focused on using your full brain power? No, never. Uh, it's time. Hemisync is very important right now. All right. So the brain, and it's funny the way these cards come out. So you got left brain, right brain. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. Left brain, right brain. All right. It's mirror flip. So right brain, you know what left brain, right brain is, right? Shiva Shakti, masculine, feminine. Uh, Left brain is logic, right? Fire, war, forward moving. Right brain, and again, it's mirror flip, is intuition, right? Etc. right? One of them is physical reality, one of them is the programming of physical reality. Except if we can go on and on and on with the whole dance. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I ain't got I'm gonna say this. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. Not yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. Can you see it? No, you can't see it. There you go, you can see it. Alright. So so there's two aspects of you, right? Um you are getting out of whack, out of balance, and it's time to bring the two aspects back together. All right. So if you're a devotee of Shiva, then it's time for you to go to Shiva and ask, "What do I need to destroy?" Right? Am I on point or not? If I'm telling you that, then do I know Shiva or don't I? I'm gonna wait to see what you say. Do I know Shiva or not? If I'm telling you to say that, then what does that mean? If I'm telling you to say that, then what does that mean to you? I'll say that. Because I don't want to toot my own horn, because that don't mean nothing. What does that mean to you when I say that? Okay. All right. So go ahead, ask Shiva, what do you need to destroy? Because you are getting off balance. And so Om is one thing that you can do to bypass all of that and to bring everything back into calibration. Now, when you bring yourself back into calibration, right, internal first and then external, right, once you start getting your life into balance, right, is probably a better way of saying it. Then, if things are out of balance, you'll notice it. So, what I feel as though is that the analytical part of you is kind of null and dull. And it's not so much if you know what you need to know or not, is can you concentrate and can you focus? Can you persevere on the logic side? That's the air element. The logic side. Well, at least their air element. The logic is the air element. Uh but for this fire element, and I keep forgetting when I'm reading Indian people, the oh, I can pitch. What is it called? Kippa. Um, and I've been learning Chinese too. So I'm about to speak Chinese, but it's Sanskrit. I can't think of the words, but you know the fire, water, and what you call them, the doshas. Is it the doshas? Is it doshas, right? Or am I tripping? Because I almost said something in Chinese, and it probably would have been right, but it's the wrong doshas. Okay, so it's a little bit different. You got to understand that the elements can be, yeah, top was wait, how do you say element? Topwa. But it was something specific about the doshas that popped up. I don't know, man. I'll be studying so much stuff, man. I don't know. Totwa, yeah, the element. Okay, yeah. So the elements is different in tarot. It's expressed different in tarot than it would be if you know. It's just slightly different. Okay. I've studied tantra and the elements, tattvas and stuff like that. So it's somewhat a little bit different, right? Some of the main principles and all that stuff, but Anyways, long story short, I be forgetting that there's some different nuances to the elements. So long story short, what I would say is that the best course of action is you need to mix these two principles within yourself. And if you really want to do a deep dive into the Queen of Swords, check multiple sources. Dive into the Knight of Swords, check multiple sources. Combine them together. Figure now this is the fun part of tarot. Combine those together and figure out how can you become the Queen of Swords. So we taking the water element from this one, and we taking the fire element from this one, which is the Knight, and we're going to create in a whole, even dare I say it, a whole new persona for ourselves if need be, right? Whether you want to do a makeup change, not a makeup change, a wardrobe change, whatever, right? uh the best course of action is for you to become the Queen of Swords. Now the Queen of Wands is very key in the deck because she mixes fire and water, or water and fire, right? And this is a person who, what is the word? Carry a lot of energy. What is the word that I'm looking for? But it's on a molecular level. It's who they are. It's not like they're projecting a fake persona. This is who this person is on a molecular level. Is it Ojas? Oja? Uh, Uja? Ojas? It's energy. It's the vital energy. You know what I'm talking about? Oja, Uja, Oja, Alja. Anyways, uh, the Queen of Wands vibrate on a particular frequency, um, which is very subtle and like welcoming, but it's also very strong and like unwavering. And so the Queen of Wands is a person again who naturally attracts and get seemingly any and everything they want. And it's not so much that they got to try hard, or again, they don't have to project a certain particular persona. It's really just about knowing who and what you are and just being comfortable in that and cultivating that. Um, Maybe this is a message specifically for you, but you don't have to change who you are to be successful. You change who you are to become a person who you want to be. Now, whether or not you become successful is up to other factors. It's not up to your identity. In fact, being successful is an identity. So a lot of people try to change all of these aspects of themselves instead of changing the one aspect, which is getting to the root cause of why they feel like they're a failure in the first place, or why do they keep experiencing a reality, right? They keep on the same loop. They need freedom from the loop, right? What is that, moksha? So when we're talking about the Queen of Wands, right? Um, the Queen of Wands is a person who gives very good advice. They are very motivational. Uh, they lead by example, but you always going to get a particular level of inspiration, optimism, passion from the Queen of Wands, being ruled by the Leo sign. Um, the Queen of Wands is a go for it card. The Queen of Wands is a you, if you will, then you can. You understand what I'm saying? If you want it bad enough, and if you pursue it, then you will receive it. Just make sure that whatever you pursue is worth it, and however you pursue it is done in the right way. Right? So maybe, do you have a problem being like a self starter? Do you like motivation? What's up? We on zero? I'm a hero. Namaskar on you. Ooh. Ooh. Hey, turn up. What's good with you? All right, so I don't know if my friend uh Unaki. I think I wore dude out. I think I wore dude out. But anyways, it's all good in the neighborhood. I can't speak Hindi no day. I wish I could speak Hindi. Chinese too. Chinese be boy, they language. Maybe we can learn Hindi together. All right, let's trade. Let's trade. You give me Hindi and I give you English. Do you know Sanskrit? Do you know Sans, as they call it? Yeah, you ain't know I knew that, did you? Yeah, Sans. Yeah, you ain't know I knew that. Uh huh. Yeah, you ain't know. Okay. So you know more Hindi than Sanskrit, and then you know more. So your English cool though. You just gotta breathe. That's it. You good. You can speak English. You just gotta breathe. That's it. You just be thinking too much. Actually, English ain't that hard because people who speak English ain't that smart. So you ain't gotta worry about a lot of words. You just need a couple words. No, English is a very redundant language though. Like they got so many words that mean the same thing, and then you can put two totally different words together for no reason at all. That's because you didn't have Hindi in the title. Yeah, every time I put Hindi in the title, mine's be going. Should you need to help me out with the Hindi because I seen them Hindi people, they be donating. The people who speak Hindi, they be dedicated. We need to get some of this money while you playing. I pull the cards and you interpret for me. You playing? They be obsessed. No disrespect. I'm not trying to dog my country girls because I know the country girls, whatever. But some of the Hindi girls I seen, they be like 16-year olds when they come down to relationships. Yeah, they are. You already knew what I was about to say. You already knew what I was about to say. They be like 16-year olds when they come down to their boyfriends. They do not play, boy. Especially if they starting to get close to like 24, 26. When they start getting around that age and they be single, oh my God. Oh, and then don't be, oh man, don't be in the 30s, the danger zone. Oh, don't be 35, 40. People be looking at, I heard in India, they be looking at you crazy. Like, girl, you ain't got no husband. You ain't got no kids. Girl, what's wrong with you? Girl, your family is ashamed of you. You don't have a family no more. If you, they be tripping. I be like, dang. Here, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. I don't know. Here, damn near everybody got a boo here though. I ain't even gonna cap. If you can't get a boo here, cause like you like here all that like especially like in certain communities all that meet my dad and shake my dad hand and ask my dad for permission and even dowries like man like a real American talking about a dowry what you not doing no dowry for the man or the woman because I know some places in the world I know dowries some places was the woman and then Africa and stuff the dowry the man basically was buying the wife they but here it ain't none of that ain't no dowries ain't no none of that yeah I know that's what I'm saying like here is different like ain't here like I was telling somebody this earlier I think it was somebody from India. Here, it's like if I bring somebody to meet my mother, nobody is above them in that situation. Like my girl is not above my mother, and my mother is not above them because we all. If I marry her, she's going to be a part of my family. Just like if I marry her, her family is now my family. You see what I'm saying? Like here is different. Like especially me as an individual, like if I take a girl to meet my family can't disrespect her or nothing. Or my girl can't disrespect my family. Like the respect gotta be on both sides. Like I seen in some like I seen like some places where especially like when the husband was taking the family the dowry like one side of the family, the husband side of the family act like they was better. And then the people who was had the daughter, they act like their daughter was just the most beautiful thing in the world and all this stuff. It was crazy, man. Like it was like I don't know. But I realize a lot of that stuff is cultural, especially with the Muslims. I know the dowry in India different because They said the dowry in India was the oldest. They said that the original dowry was the woman would give the husband's family a gift or something like that. They said that that's the oldest dowry. So you wouldn't. So you wouldn't even buy me a slice of cake, nothing. See, I'm cheap. Just take me to McDonald's. Just buy me some pizza, okay? Buy me some chicken shawarma. Uh-huh. I just want some chicken shawarma. A car? Fuck no. I'm about to move to India. I'm gonna be rich. I'm about to move to India. Get me a new car. What? Hey baby, what you doing? He kick you out? Oh, he kicked Coco out. Why he kick you out? What he do? CJ kick you out? Oh, you a good girl. CJ kick you out, and you a good girl. So you won't even buy me a chicken shawarma? I want a gyro. Can you buy me a gyro? I want some chicken. I want a chicken and rice. I want some Indian like pilaf. She said you can cook it at home. I want like some legit Indian rice with some curry seasoning and stuff like that. And I want some chicken. I don't know. I haven't had like a lot of Indian chicken dishes, but I want some Indian chicken dish, like a spicy chicken with chicken and rice, with like peas and onions. I don't want no carrots, but like some bok choy. Dang, oh no, you tripping. Dang, never mind. You need to meditate a little bit. You need to calm down just a little bit. Everything gonna be okay. You need to calm down, princess. That's a good sign. What's up, Coco? What happened? The crew kick you out? The boys kick you out? They want to have a sausage party? It's okay. It's okay. They can sausage themselves to death. Oh, you was kidding? It's cool. It's all good. Do y'all got like cake, like cake, but like not like just like shit that we can get? Cause like I be seeing a lot of places around the world be having like sweets and like desserts, and that shit be looking crazy. I be like, damn, I want something similar to what I'm used to, just slightly different. like, like, like cannolis or baklavas and all this. I be like, man, what is a cannoli? What is a cannoli? What is a cannoli? I don't want a cannoli. I don't know what that is. Cannolis is delicious. I bet they are. I've seen all types of gulab. We have gulab jum. Huh? What? I don't know how to say that. Gulab jamun. Jamun was gala. Was gula. What time? I gotta see what time it is. I ain't gonna remember that, but I do want to see some stuff though. I'm gonna look up some Indian stuff and I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna like, do this taste good? A cabin boiler. I don't know what a cabin. I think I know what it is. Yeah, I miss going live. I feel kind of fatigued now. Well, no, I don't feel fatigued. I feel like I got that energy out now. Go live. Maybe I can join you or something. I don't know. But go live. Did you want a card before you know, I ain't gonna leave yet, but I'm just chilling right now. I actually did a lot of talking. I don't think I talked this long in a long time. I'm kind of tired. What you about to eat?
No, I'm gonna do dishes.
You sleep?
Huh?
Don't you, dude? I know you not sleep. I'm like, damn, this nigga sleep washing the dishes. He wrong. No, tank top Pluto. Ski. All right, go to sleep, friend, and go to sleep, friend, and make sure you go live before we go to sleep. All right. You got you got 7 hours to go. You got all right. So according to me, it's almost 2 p.m. So yeah, it's the dishes. I know that water be relaxing sometimes. I want a little mini waterfall for my desk. But all the ones I keep seeing take batteries, and I don't want to like have to charge the batteries and stuff like that. I want to just just plug it in and go. But I want a fish tank too. Actually, uh, I want to get some fish. They got some fish for like $4 at the store. I want to go get some fish. I want to fish. But anyways, it's 2:43 here. So that means that y'all is
It's 2:43.
143. It's 143 here. I'm tripping, cuz. It's 143. Yeah, I used to have one. I had to leave it when I moved. But it's 143 here. So let's just say give or take it's 2 o'clock. So in 8 hours it'll be 10 p.m. here. So that means in 8 hours it'll be 8 a.m. there. So can you go live in like 7 hours, 6 hours? No, I feel like 6 hours is stingy. Like 7 hours, 7.5 hours. If you go live in 8 hours, I'll stay woke. If you go live at 8 a.m. or 8:30, I'll stay woke till then. No, that's why you about to go to sleep now, silly. She said I'll be sleepy. You need to go live so I can get a reading. We need you fresh. We need you nice and fresh so we can get a reading. All right, I'm gonna give you a card to meditate on while you go to sleep. Okay, that's what you need. I already know. Paging Dr. KP. Ain't look at that good girl. Look at you just sitting. Look at you. You ain't like the plan?
It was alright. It was like a little sour. I almost forgot I had it.
You ain't got it no more. So won't you do a split screen with me then? I don't know, man. I'm gonna stop. I feel like people don't want my help, so I'm gonna stop offering it. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. I ain't gonna keep offering myself. I feel like I'm forcing myself. I'm cool on that. But the only thing I'm gonna say is this: don't act like you ain't got no help. That's all I'm gonna say. No, ain't no tell me the card. It's the Page of Pentacles. Whatever you don't know, study. So the Page of Pentacles is all about having a goal, a dream, an aspiration. This could be a job. This could be a future relationship. Whatever it is that you deem valuable. And the Page of Pentacles is a reminder to put your all into it and don't be arrogant, right? A lot of people think that, oh, I've been in this industry for 20 years. I don't need to research this. I don't need to research a company. I don't, and then they go to an interview and fail because they was arrogant. So, long story short, the Page of Pentacles again is a reminder to humble yourself and strip everything down to the studs and create reality the way you want it to be, not the way that you. I would say, you know what? I take that back. I'll say this: remember that you can shift timelines. You don't have to. You don't have to finish on the same timeline that you started on. All right. All right. Good luck to you. If you want, send me some details about it, and I'll put some positive energy on it for you. All right. Now you can do it here in public, cool. If not, you can do it in private. But if you won't, or even you just telling me that's good enough. Even you just telling me you got an interview, that's probably good enough. But details do help though. So yeah, you're welcome. And it's funny. And it's funny that that's the example that I gave, and you said you got an interview tomorrow. So make sure you study up on the company. Um, Make sure that you do your due diligence, and make sure that you prepare. All right. There you go. Peace, love, health, and wealth. I'm out, y'all. Wait, I'm gonna wait 30 seconds. 20 seconds. I'm gonna wait 20 more seconds. All right. What time is your interview? Because I'm gonna need my daily reading tomorrow. I'll be expecting you to be live like noon your time. That's funny. Never give up, nah, nah, I won't give up, nah, nah, nah. KP loves you, KP loves you. I won't give up, nah, nah, nah. Never give up, nah, nah, nah. KP loves you, KP. What is it for? A restaurant, a store? What is it for? Oh yeah, for sure, like always. You know you one of my favorites. I just can't say it all the time. Then people gonna get jealous. I won't give up, nah, 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 never give up, nah, nah, nah. KP loves you, KP loves you. I won't give up, nah, 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 never give up, nah, nah, nah. KP loves you, KP loves you. Alright, man. Tarot with Pluto. You already know. 6 G's in my socks, so I got the rose. Luda. Alright, man. I'm out of this thing. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, donate to reciprocate. And you better go to sleep too, man. I don't want to walk past your window and see you up at 4:30 in the morning. That's funny as hell. Next time I walk past your the next time I walk past your window at 4 a.m. and you still up, you're gonna have a big problem. That is hilarious, man. That is so funny. I ain't never heard nothing so funny in my life. Hell no. KB loves you. KB loves you. I won't give up, nah. I said never give up, nah. KB loves you. How come I can't find the stream info? Where did it go? Do they not put it up no more? Is that a part of the update? What if I go out and come back in?
How was the brownie?
I ain't eat it.
Oh, I ain't eat that thing. That's what I want.
But I am hungry. Young Pluto, young Pluto, young Pluto.